Welcome to our final match of the day, the men's Premiership Grand Final. Tasmanian Rugby Union hit out between Launceston and Taroona. It's a repeat of last year's, a repeat of the year before's, a repeat of the year before's Grand Final. And in sad news for the south of the state, Launceston have won all of them. So they're looking for a fourth in a row victory over Taroona. It all started back in 2022 with a last-minute penalty goal, or not even last minute. After time was up, Launceston kicked a penalty goal to snatch victory, and since then it's been all them. We're just waiting on them still to come out. Taroona already out on the field, patiently waiting. I have Sean Killian with me again. We've done this a few times. Sean, thanks for coming.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Anything you're expecting or looking forward to out here today?
Obviously, it's going to be a very physical game. I think both teams bring that physicality to their game, which is awesome. I think with Lombard and at 10 for Launceston, he obviously controls that game really well. TJ Peters as well controls that game really well. I presume we're going to, probably see a fair bit of field position here and kicking. And I think Ed Salter's the other one, I suppose, from a 9 point of view. From Taroona, he's very good at finding that field position. So I think that will probably start out a bit of our game. But no doubt the physicality will be pretty intense and right up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I noticed, too, as TJ came out, he's got his arm fairly heavily bandaged. I've heard rumours that the statement was he shouldn't be playing. So that'll be interesting to see if that impacts him, because we know he's so classy. I think he's won the best player in this grand final every one of the last 3 as well.
Agreed.
And, if he's on, he's on. If he's not, who knows what impact that might have on Launceston. So, yeah, it shall be interesting, to see how that goes. The couple of times these teams have met this year, first half's been relatively close, and then Launceston have sort of run away in the second half. So that'll be something Taroona will be looking to, not repeat, and they'll need to stay in this game all the way through till the end, unless they want to repeat a 2022 and 23 and 24. But looking forward to it. We've got a late game here. The sun's low. We'll be under lights eventually. The lights are on already. So how that impacts on teams, we know they train in that kind of condition, but again, there are a few variables at play here today.
Yeah, I definitely think as the game goes on and the sun goes down and the dew starts to settle, I reckon that might potentially have a bit of a change in the game. Those teams that playing in draft conditions is one thing, playing in the dewy conditions is another. So we'll see if that has an impact.
Yeah, absolutely, and so that's right. That dew kicks in, definitely changes things. And we're going to see the kickoff here in the hands of Lombard for Launceston, preparing to go. I think there've been a couple of changes to originally posted teams as well. I noticed for Launceston, Penny Villa isn't out. He's been replaced by Tom Scarf. Not really a like for like, but Penny's an amazing player, and they will miss having him here. Kick goes down, taken by Afeaki and knocked out of his hand by Launceston, but not deemed to have been a knock-on. Interesting. And Launceston get the ball back. So very shallow kick there, but Launceston pick it up. And TJ takes it, gives it to Bell, who kicks through. Taken by Balducci, thumps off TJ Peters and gets his team outside the 22. Salter now looking for the ball, dishes it out to Lovell. Loves a run, gets around 3 of them. Might get chased down. No, he's got some good pace. Ooh. Puts the ball into 2 hands. Through he goes. So he's made it all the way into Launceston's half with a good run there. Ran around the entire back line. Launceston are going to have to really sharpen up on their attention to Aaron Lovell if they're going to prevent that happening. Now Bird. Well taken there by Hayashi. Playing at fullback. We'll come back over here. I think we're saying no arms. No arms in the original contact, just come in with the shoulder.
Yeah, that's a real good passage of play. You know, they started right back in their 22, worked their way out, found some space. I would like to see them try and get a bit of quicker ball. I think they just slow, you know, whether it's Launceston that's slowing it down or Taroona or just not playing quick enough. But if they can get that ball out a lot quicker, I think they'll find that, you know, they'll be better on attack with the defence of Launceston still trying to get back into their space.
So the kick down's good. We're about 10 metres out. That's a nice roost from Lagrange, one of your fellow countrymen. He's got a great strategic kicking game. Playing out at inside centre outside Noah Kazarine.
That'll be good for Noah. Obviously, Noah's improved his rugby over the last few years, and I think he's got a lot of experience out there. But you know, having him out there inside centre, he can talk to him a lot more and work together. Absolutely.
Another great drive there from Lovell. Hits it up, gets Taroona close to the 5 metre. Balducci's very dangerous in this situation. He's hard to stop. Salter looks for the little step back inside, but can't make the line. And
space out here on the left.
Again. Yes, definitely. You can see. I can see Lombard out there waving for some help in the defensive line. George Chaperon Tucker on that wing for Taroona has been a try-scoring machine this year. He's just done some amazing, and got space out here too. Bird goes through, and Taroona with the first try on the board, easily getting around the outside there. Ollie Bird's come into outside centre, actually replacing Shotaro Subota, who didn't make the team through fitness. He'd been listed to play. They were hoping he'd make it, but not there. So Taroona sort of losing one of their key players there, but Bird's a great fill-in into that 13 position.
Chaperon Tucker just moved from that right-hand side. He worked his way across the left-hand side at some pace, and I reckon there's probably 3 or 4 defenders that moved over to that left-hand side with him. Which I suppose just created that space on the right-hand side for those backs to get out there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. And we know, I think both of these teams actually have really great damaging back 3. And, yeah, so it'll be interesting how that plays out in this game, which back 3 can... Oh, that was not the best kick that we've ever seen from Noah. But, yeah, we'll see which back 3 can... you know, I guess capitalise on the ball possession that they can get.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, Launceston haven't really had much ball. It'll be interesting to see if they can regain this possession. They got the ball, they, you know, turn it over, and then Taroona just capitalised on that and worked their way down the field. So if Launceston keep the ball in hand, we'll see what they've got. I'm sure they will have some firepower.
Another short kick. This one gets over the 10. Bell gets in there and knocks it back. So Launceston win that ball again off the kickoff. Goes wide. Solid hit from Lovell out there on Tiopu. TJ fishes it out, and we find Nathan Fiu hitting it up here. Playing at number 8, I think wearing the number 6. Lombard slips through. He's an elusive character, so quick off the mark. Got good pace. There's a few probably faster out than him on the field, but off the pace, he's very, very speedy. And we've got someone from Taroona down there holding their head. I think it's, is it Lovell? Might be, no, he's up on the other side. More solid tackling from Taroona. Just driving Launceston back around the 10 metre. They've got numbers out here, Launceston. They pick and drive. Now Peters comes this way. Lombard gives it off, and again, nice tackle. Afeaki there in the 23, I think. Getting low. He's made a couple of good tackles in there. Young player making his name in the senior grade team.
Launceston just look a little bit condensed. I think they need to just find a bit more space. Their forwards look like they're on top of each other in the midfield. I think they can find a bit more space in the middle. They can get that width out wide.
Yeah, they seem to be rushing it a little bit, don't they? There, although whether their game plan is maybe not to play so close to the ruck, I'm not sure. Chaperone Tucker gets back. Oh, what a kick! And here we go. So second try of the day comes through Salicio Naisarabatua. And that was a cracker of a kick. Chaperone Tucker, it looked like he was in the right place to get that, and it just went over his head.
And then he turned on the jets as well. Just the agility, the speed, the balance. He was, it was going to be hard to stop. But no, definitely, I think that cross kick, it was a tough one. You know, he started going backwards, and then he had to turn over the shoulder.
Yeah, that's right.
Couldn't quite see where it was coming.
Great kick. And avoids all of the tacklers, so he goes under the posts, and this will be a nice, easy one for TJ right in front to take the lead. Crowd here on the hill alongside us. See the Women's Cup in the hands there of Chelsea Whitaker after winning that in the last match. Peters with the kick, and conversion is good. So Naisarabatua with the first try for Launceston. Peters with the conversion, and the Tigers take the lead back.
I think it's quite interesting, obviously, Launceston are using their forwards and in that midfield area. But like you said, you know, both teams have got really elusive backs, and particularly back three. I think it'd be good to see them use that space out wide and give these guys a bit of freedom out there just to have a crack.
It's a good kick, well taken. One of the things that in this sort of battle in the fly half position, Lombard is a great runner of the ball, and he's a very strong runner. And I think Kazarine struggled with him last time to contain him, so he needs to really make sure he gets some support in there to shut down.
He's definitely got a senses build, that's for sure.
Yeah. Here goes the kick. It's high. Goes to halfway. Hayashi dodges the first one. Looks to duck through, but can't make it through Callum Lyle. Now Solder comes out. Finds Lovell. Well tackled by Braden Dorr. So we're going to come back for a scrum. Didn't see what happened. Was there a Launceston hand there?
No, I think he might have hit the referee as he pushed through, yeah. Just trying to throw a flat ball.
Yeah. Just settles things a little bit. Is this the first scrum? Always interesting to see how this pans out. Some good beards in that front row for Launceston.
Sure are.
And straight back. Slightly seedy, crooked put in, but we see that all the time. Bird just hangs onto it with some close attention. Got an advantage here to Taroona.
Yeah, I thought Launceston 3 went down pretty early there. I'm surprised that they didn't take that penalty. You know, obviously playing an advantage out here. I don't know if that's what it's for, but the scrum looks pretty dominant by Taroona, unless it was just a slip.
Certainly haven't made any ground. We'll come back for a penalty. Yeah, I think you may be right. It may be over here for the scrum. Yep, you got it. 3. Well picked. How do you know so much about these mad arts of the front row? Can't imagine you would have spent a lot of time in there.
I was going to say, sometimes you've got to be confident in your guesses.
Great. And I'm sure Lachlan Wood there will be denying that he did anything wrong. All right, Taroona with another attacking line out. Not so far out, 15 out. Goes wide. Oh, sorry, to the back. Not straight though. It's interesting, the laws around lineouts now are forcing teams to compete a little bit more, but also the quick tap, or sort of the free kick rather than being able to opt for a scrum there is nice, I think, in the game. I think it's a nice feature.
I think it allows the game to open up a bit more. You know, like with those quick tap, with those short arms, not all the time, but if you're out of your 22, you know, you got to take it and run with it and have a crack. So it's good to open the space up.
Yep. Did that nearly hit Martin? Yeah. Just protecting the camera up there. Thought I felt a very sudden shudder. The big defensive fist from the centre half back. Tuivasa can't quite catch that, but manages to knock it back and get the ball back for his team. Nordstrom into contact. And now the ball comes out. Lagrange coming into the halfback position. And we've got a knock on here. Kind of looked like there was a Launceston hand in that, but it must have been knocked forward before that. And just a bit of uncertain play there.
Well, the scrum's going to be almost an identical position as the last scrum, right. And we'll see what happens. Nice and close.
Yep.
We'll have a look.
We got blood maybe? Yeah, we can see a bit of claret coming down the right ear. So Ryan Dudman out there, the hooker. Try to work out where it's coming from. Nose. There's another great beard over there. Jai Moyle, the coach of Launceston. Nice work by Dudman to run the whole way across and back.
We puffed.
That's right. All right, scrum set. Taroona won the penalty from the last scrum. Again, there's those beards. Look at them all. It's a lot of effort in maintaining those. No beards for Taroona. So TJ with the put in. Again, good push there in the scrum from Taroona. But his hand's gone the other way. That's interesting. Couldn't see what was happening in that prop position on that other side, though. So referee's got the better view.
I definitely think Taroona are dominant, but they potentially might just be, you know, pushing up and not pushing through.
Yeah, sideways, yeah, just at that angle.
My scrum expertise coming at you.
Yeah. Did you say expertise? Nice kick down there from Lombard. Puts his team well into attack. Comes in, Peters to Lombard, gives it off to Radzowski. Good contact from Sean. And now the ball comes wide, but knocked on. No, they've... Just an uncertainty created a little bit there. I think the players thought, oh yeah, it's a knock on, and then the referee, nothing from the referee. And started to play again, just waiting. So again, referee just having a conversation out there with Kahu Afeaki Wardrop, that prop on that far side there. Tight head prop for Taroona about scrumming straight, getting penalised at the last one.
Just having a look at, I think it's Druava, pretty strapped up right thigh.
Yeah, right down
how
that
he
fullback.
moves. Yeah.
Ball comes straight out, and Taroona push it wide. Lagrange goes with the kick, lands it in field, and we'll have a line out down here.
It's experience of Lagrange just settling things down, putting them back in their territory, making them work out of there.
Yeah, and just nice. Yeah, you're right. It's just settling for your team, whether that's their intention and they want to play field position. High pass there, taken by Fiu. And Launceston come to the right. They've got some space out wide. Look forward, possibly. Yep, called forward. It's always risky when you go the two-handed basketball pass. It's not going to look backwards.
They just drifted across and kept on coming towards the touchline. I think just changing that angle back on the inside. You got all those defenders with their hips facing the touchline would be a good option there, just to go back on the inside and realign things, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Bird was really pushing to get across. Chaperone Tucker sagged off and waited on his wing, but actually popped in, and that was why the opportunity came there for the little pass over, but it just held on a little bit too long to get there, I reckon. So another scrum. So we had a couple of tries, one each, and probably for the last 10 minutes it's been relatively uneventful. It's now in that phase of trying to just sort of settle and and get some ascendancy. Ball goes around the back there to Hayashi. He's got some space. Dummies, tries to give it to, no, it's not a knock forward, it's a knock backwards. Taroona complaining about that, but Launceston knocked it back.
I think they're hard done by there, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought that was knocked backwards.
It was knocked down, but it was backwards.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's play on.
Yeah. Ball rolling in, Taroona. Oh, ball comes back in, and Chaperone Tucker gets it, and through we go. And Taroona put on some points.
Yeah, Ed Salzer just had a little bit of a scoot around the edge there, and I think him just scooting just held those defenders up, and then the ball out the back door obviously allowed that, allowed them to get on the outside.
Yep. Shout out Mitchell Eddington. Thank you, mate. Good pickup. We just had our score wrong. So we're now Launceston 7, Taroona 10. It's a great ball, and that one. And a nice little switch. Great Ryan there. Chaperone Tucker's rugby this year is just as a winger. He's just, I don't know what he's done, what's driven him to this next level. But you could see there, he saw that line, he saw the space, he stepped inside and called. You can even see his hands calling for it.
Yeah.
It's just had an amazing season.
And I suppose it's the same as, we talked about Launceston, came down this side, got caught up along the touchline and just stayed in the same line, whereas, Chaperone Tucker identified that, found back inside on the space, and it turned into a try. Just a bit of, I suppose it's just a bit of that rugby IQ about, where that touchline is and how we can use that against defence. Yeah,
and Chaperone Tucker was one of those players who was regularly being bundled into touch in those situations. He was staying out wide. So he's really developed there. It's a great try, well deserved to him. And Taroona take back the lead. Ball comes out to Thomas. And we'll go again through Lovell. A couple of ex-Glenorchy players there playing for Taroona. There's another one trying to drive out there in Zaleb Smith, number 5. And Hayashi with the ball again, nearly slips through, but you're not really likely to slip out of a tackle from TJ Peters. And Harrison driving it forward. Solder gives it out to Avasa, dishes off to Thomas. Well tackled. Support comes. They've got numbers out wide. Lovell gives it off. Bird in a bit of space. That was one where Shapper and Tucker kept the line, but it's a nice kick on. And he's got the pressure, just misses the tackle. And Launceston come in and desperate 5 metres out. And they knocked it on.
A lot quicker ball those last few phases, just getting the ball moving quicker and finding that space.
Absolutely. It's a nice
Great
tackle
shot
there from Lovell. Yeah, Shapper and Tucker just no room down there, and he throws it on the boot, and he's just such a threat when he does that. And Taroona have got a great opportunity here to put another try on and go further ahead. Launceston's backline defence has been pretty good, but how well they work together will be interesting. Little switch. Hayashi just gets through the first tackle, but can't make it through the next. Salter sees the gap and he's over, and Taroona with a 3rd try. Launceston looking a little shell-shocked here. Big gap there for Salter. And another try to the Blues. Hayashi nearly gets through. It's a great weight there from Kazarine on that ball. He could have got sort of smashed there in the tackle and held it up. And then Salter goes the dummy, gets back inside 2 players. Nathan Fiu there with a nice attempt at diving, but can't stop him. And Kazarine gets his first conversion. We go out to a 17-7 lead to Taroona. Talked earlier about Ed Salter and just awareness of space, and I know we were probably referring to the kicking game in a little bit, and he's good at that, but he's also very eager for those little darts around nowadays.
Definitely.
He's got that close to the line. You can't afford to give him that sort of space there. He loves the dummy.
Yeah, he's obviously a very educated rugby player.
Yeah.
He knows what he's looking for.
Balducci would like to have a bit of a steam up, jumps out of the tackle. Salter with a smile on his face. And ball's kicked, but fielded nicely down there by Voni Yao Yao, who's tackled. Then the ball comes back to Tiopu, looks to get around the outside, makes no ground. Defence is solid. Now Lyle, gets through. Gets past the tackler Harrison and makes another 8 or 9 metres. Now they've got numbers out on the right. Lombard gets through, goes through 2 tackles. Taroona give up on him a little bit and give him 5 metres inside, but a great run there from Lombard.
Just made that look easy.
He does.
He's a big man, but he turned the pace on, didn't he?
Absolutely. He's running it at a cross-field angle. Just deceptive. I think he hits it at a 50% speed, and he's got a couple of steps. Just watch here. Who's the tackler who misses him? We've got a couple of forwards. He's picked the number 8 there and realised that he's got a bit of pace on him. Bird was holding off, expecting the tackles to come from inside, and Lombard's read that really nicely, and that's one of the things that makes him a really damaging number 10 for them. That they've had a few over the last few years, and he's really settled into this place, and try scoring out of the number 10 as a runner is a great asset.
He carries that ball in two hands all the time. And when he's got that ball in two hands, you don't know whether he's going to pass or whether he's going to go. I suppose that's one of those things for those youngsters. We always try and teach him, keep that ball in two hands. It gives you options, and the defence have got to try and work out what you're doing.
Yep. And we saw that in the women's game. There's a couple of Taroona players who are so good at running with that ball in two hands. And it just creates so much uncertainty from defenders, as you say.
Unfortunately, I think TJ missed that conversion, so it's still a 5-point game. That would have closed the gap a little bit.
Mid-depth kick there, taken by Bell. And Launceston, not sure if they looked like there was a penalty advantage from that, possibly. Peters looks for a gap, doesn't get past Balducci, and then Dudman takes a bit of a hit up, gets his team across. Peters kicks, Chaperon Tucker's got this one covered. Yeah, all the way back there. So maybe high contact in that original tackle. Yeah.
Good pick up.
I think just a bit of a stray hand. Really starting to lose the light now. Probably don't notice it as much on the stream, but yeah, the sun's gone, and soon the lights will be starting to cast a bit more shadow than they already are. Touch finder is good. Takes Launceston into Taroona's half. And we've got a nice view here of the line out. Vincent Bell with the throw in. Ball comes back. Peters juggles it, but gets it out. Lombard finds Rosowski, and Taroona giving away another penalty there. Hands out. Probably offside at the line out. Now they get around the outside. Taken into touch. Disciplines just keeping Launceston in it there. That was good defence out wide by Taroona, but the penalties at the set piece or at the breakdown just giving Launceston opportunity, and they've got good kickers. Can't afford to.
Well, they'll just piggyback themselves from their own 22 all the way up to Taroona's 22.
Taroona's 22 with a couple of penalties. And substitution for Launceston. So Dudman's come off. And Bell with the throw in. And the knock on. TJ, you don't often see that.
No.
Is it that elbow? No, I think there was a player in front of him. It was a bit harsh to expect him to catch that one, I think. But he is. We do have high expectations of him, and he usually meets them. So excited to see what he can do today.
I think the big thing with him is that back end of the game.
Yeah,
he's pretty fit. He's got those skills. He understands the game really well. The back end of the game is when he really starts to pick his game up, when there's a bit of fatigue around.
Yeah, absolutely. See him regularly scoring tries in that last 15, 20 minutes. Uh-oh.
Overextended.
So who are we seeing in hooker there for Launceston? That's Darcy Lake, who's come on. He's quite a late comer to rugby. I think he only took the game up this year or last year, maybe late last year, or I think he might have joined the Tigers as someone moving from another sport. I think someone said he's like a marathon runner as well, something, so he just runs 40 Ks for fun.
Seems to be going right then.
Yeah. Just come into that hooker position, and Taroona win that one. Ball goes to Lagrange, decides to take it up in two hands. Bird gets in and supports. Balducci looking for someone on, but nothing on outside him, so he straightens up. And Lovell will have a pick and go. Gets through the first one, as always. Ball ripped out, play on, recovered by Bird. Now the ball will come out. Tuivasa, low pass there, that's too hard for him, and he spills it. See the apology there from Salter. And as we just passed the 30-minute mark, just checking, Ollie Bird stayed down, but he's looks like he's got a contact lens issue. So we'll just have a bit of a wait while he sorts out his vision. It's the crowd. Not the biggest of crowds, I think, that we've seen out here. Certainly the hill looks like that the whole way along, but another sub there, so Aidan Fenny coming on.
Just noticed that last scrum of Launceston, they really put the pressure on. Not sure if it's a change in hook that's done that or what it is, but they've had quite a big turnaround from their first few scrums to their last scrum. We'll see what happens in this one. They do have possession of the ball. We'll see if they put the hammer on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was, again, tactical substitution there, just to get a bit more experience out into that scrum. But no, good drive from Launceston. Taroona holds. Ball comes out to Lombard. And he's missed by Kazarine. Goes too high. And here's TJ. Taroona look to hold him up. Throws it back. Fortunately, straight into the lap of Fiu. Salter comes over the top and loses his footing. And Lombard looks for the quick one. Launceston sniffing here. They'd like another try in the back end of this half. TJ taken down. Lombard again. No, not Lombard. Bell. Peters to Lombard. Goes wide to Lake. Nice solid hit. Safely planted on his back. Bird has to get out there wide. Space out wide there for Launceston. But the defence is holding. He just comes in and goes wide. Jamie Walters with that hit up. Taroona need to roll, they do. And Lombard again dictating things. So not seeing these pods coming off the halfback. We're seeing them all going out through Lombard. Dictating at that first receiver position. Ball's out. Lucky to get away with that. I think Launceston, there was hands over it. Tuivasa needs to get out of there now. They've got some space. Lombard hangs on to it. They better hold him up. He's two support players run in front of him though. And Peters dishes it out, finds Lyle. Defence has been pretty good so far. Walters shakes off. No, almost shakes off the first one. Peters looks wide, finds inside Bell, and they're close, very close. Launceston now. Peters looks wide. Another good tackle. Ball flicked out. There's room out here. This time we find Nettie Francis and Launceston hit back and level the scores with a kick to come. Some frantic defence there from Taroona, really put the pressure on, but Launceston just continued to push that ball, took a few risks, and eventually it got out into the hands of the right man, Nettie Francis, and he puts the ball over, and we are 17 apiece.
Yeah, it looked a little bit rattled at one stage, Launceston. The pressure was coming from Taroona, but they, popped a few balls back over the head. They've done a few things on the way, but it's paid off for them.
Yeah. I looked. Looked like that ball was flicked out, came off the hip there too of Braden Dorr. So and then into the hands. So no knock on because it's just bounced off him, but just into the right space, gave him that ball, and he had 5 metres to run, just enough to get around the outside and good burst of pace. Peters for the lead. Taking his time. And the kick is good. Another lead change.
Let's see what Taroona do now, whether they put it back down in the corner or whether they go short again. They've gone short the first few. We'll see whether they want to pin them back down there and put the pressure on their 22.
Yeah, we've had a few short stoppages, nothing major, but I'd say we've probably got another six minutes maybe on the clock. It's now 36 minutes down. And Bell, solid hit. You love the arms that go up in those situations with a slight lift in the tackle. Fiu drops it. It's gone forward. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't probably necessarily agree with that. I don't think there was a tip involved. He lifted him and put him back on his butt, but I don't think his hips ever went higher than his shoulders. What do you reckon?
Oh, I'll go the other way.
Go the other way?
I thought it might have just been a bit of
just over?
Yeah, just over, and I thought he was lucky to get away with it, to be honest. So
yeah, right. He's certainly lifted a couple of times, and it's always shaky. Like, you're always running a risk if you're going to pull the guy's leg.
And often it's not actually the tackler. Sometimes it's the tackle player when they try and find, put their arm down and they actually twist their body.
Yep.
And their head lands up going down below their hips. So
yeah, it's exactly right. It's dangerous to do it. So, driving through is a better strategy. But that ought to shut it down. It's a good decision in the end, either way, because Lovell, who's done it a couple of times, ought to now rethink it. And they go left. Dorr gets it out. We've got Bell right out on the wing. Smith. Great work from Smith there. He made the original tackle, gets up to his feet, then runs back around and makes that additional contact on Peters just to spill that ball. Taroona will have a scrum with a few minutes on the clock. So you see Smith there just makes that tackle. He managed to get back on side, I suspect, and then put the pressure on.
Yeah, Taroona got to work their way back down the field again. They had a kick off, punished themselves with a penalty, found themselves back in their own 22 area again. They're their own worst enemy at the moment.
Absolutely. Launceston discipline has been a lot better, and that's keeping them in the game. Taroona 2 tries up at one point, and now need to fight back. So not so great kick there from Taroona. Gives Launceston the line out. Looks like they're inside Taroona's 22. They are. So great attacking opportunity here for the Tigers, with Bell still doing the line-out throw-in. Knock on. Not sure where that happened. I thought Launceston brought that down. There's a few questions, but must have been dropped in there. Where's the ball?
It came from the assistant referee on the far side.
Yeah, right. There's Martin. He just needed his cameo. Oh, is that your little zoomy camera out there, your wide camera? There's a you boys with your toys. Taroona with the scrum feed after a knock-on in the ensuing maul attempt at the line out from Launceston. Ball comes out. Kazarine just gets it, and Bird, taken by Peters, needs to get to ground. He does. Now, they'll hit a few up here, Taroona, and look to get one of their kickers to clear. Here it comes. Lagrange, well corralled out there by Bell. Doesn't let him get the kick away, and Taroona will have to rethink what happens. Fenny now has been on for a few minutes. Now the ball comes out. Kazarine on the left foot. There's a lot of space out here. His kick just gets sliced a little bit. It doesn't sit up for Shapper and Tucker. And finds touch. I'm getting close now to full time. Launceston half time, thank you. Not full time. The full half time.
Fullback and wing on those kicks are pretty deep. You know, I think if that stayed in, there would have been a real foot race for that ball, which is probably not a bad thing. You know, from a Taroona point of view, if they're trying to exit and they deep, they can still, you know, play over the top and take it. Might be a bit risky, but
absolutely.
there's an option.
Ball sits up for Thomas, and Nordstrom takes it to the 10-metre line. And they go wide. Lagrange, one way, then the other. Gets around, gets the ball out to Bird. Blowfield now, a bit of space. Defenders come, find him. He's not in touch, away from the edge there. So Solder will come in and look to find someone in field. Harrison tackled.
Quick ball.
Yeah, that was a good ball, and they need to drive through. A quick ball again. Salter picks it up. Some good defence here by Launceston, and the ball spilled. We're going to see half-time. No. So must be a few minutes of stoppage that we had. I suppose we had Dudman going with some blood and Bird with his eyes. Launceston with an opportunity here to get the ball and maybe close out the first half.
Just look at the way that Launceston rushed up on that defence. I don't know if you saw that back when Taroona were in their 22. They really pushed up hard on that defence. You know, they can maintain that through the game. I think they'll be really good, but Taroona, you know, I'm not sure. I haven't seen them push up as hard like that and put that pressure on Launceston. I think they need to probably do the same and really try and put them under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, very different back lines, the two. Taroona, ball gets kicked down from Launceston. Hayashi takes it into touch. And that is half-time. So, typical grand final struggle. Few tries scored there, 3 apiece. And the difference is from the boot of TJ Peters, who's kicked 2 conversions to Noah Kazarine's 1. But, yeah, look, a tight one, tight tussle. Who knows, we could come out in the second half and it could be totally one-sided affair. But at the moment, I think both teams are looking fairly evenly matched.
Yeah, I really like the way the game's unfolded. Like, I think both teams have attacked really well. They both try to play a fair bit of a kicking game, but you know, Launceston, they look quite dangerous off their, you know, with their backline. But I think Taroona are finding space through their shape, and you know, finding space around those edges. So yeah, second half's going to be a cracker.
Yep, who knows? But we'll take a bit of a break and be back with you in 5 to 10 minutes. I think they're potentially doing a 10-minute half-time. With the second half, it's a close one. Can't wait. Yes, definitely. You can see, I can see Lombard out there waving for some help in the defensive line. George Shapper and Tucker on that wing for Taroona has been a try-scoring machine this year. He's just done some amazing. And got space out here too. Bird goes through, and Taroona with the first try on the board, easily getting around the outside there. Ollie Bird's come into outside centre, actually replacing Shotaro Subota, who didn't game plan is maybe not to play so close to the ruck. I'm not sure Chaperon Tucker gets back. Oh, what a kick. And here we go. So second try of the day comes through Salicio Naisarabatua. And that was a cracker of a kick. Peters with the kick. And conversion is good. So Naisarabatua with the first try for Launceston. Peters with the conversion. And oh, ball comes back in, and Chaperon Tucker gets it, and through we go, and Taroona put on some points.
Yeah, Ed Salter just had a little bit of a scoot round the edge there, and I think him just scooting just held those defenders up, and then the ball out the back door obviously allowed that, allowed them to get on the outside.
Yep. Shout out Mitchell Eddington. Thank you, mate. Good pickup. We just had our score wrong. So we're now... Launceston's backline defence has been pretty good, but how well they work together will be interesting. Little switch. Hayashi just gets through the first tackle, but can't make it through the next. Salter sees the gap and he's over, and Taroona with a third try. Launceston looking a little shell-shocked here. Big gap there for Salter, and another try to the blue. Now Lyle, gets through, gets past the tackler Harrison and makes another 8 or 9 metres. Now they've got numbers out on the right. Lombard gets through, goes through 2 tackles. Taroona give up on him a little bit and give him 5 metres inside, but a great run there from Lombard.
Just made that look easy.
He does.
He's a big man, but he turned the pace on, didn't he?
Absolutely. He's, running it at a cross-field angle. Defence has been pretty good so far. Walters shakes off. No, almost shakes off the first one. Peters looks wide, finds inside Bell, and they're close. Very close. Launceston now. Peters looks wide. Another good tackle. Ball flicked out. There's room out here. This time we find Nettie Francis, and Launceston hit back and level the scores with a kick to come. Some frantic defence there from Taroona, really put the pressure on, but Launceston... And the kick is good. Another lead change. Taroona will have a scrum with a few minutes on the clock. So you see Smith there just makes that tackle. He managed to get back onside, I suspect, and then put the pressure on. .40 minutes to go in the Tasmanian Rugby Union Premiership season. There's plenty of rugby to come for the diehards in their state competitions and things coming up soon, but as far as the domestic community comp goes, this is it. Salter with the kickoff. Taroona get there. I'm not sure. They're not knocked on. It looked a little bit like it might have been from here, but a referee was right on the spot. That's a knock on though. And Tuivasa can't grab hold of it again. That one just had him reaching a little bit too far out in front, trying to get him on the front foot. While we're waiting for this scrum to set, might just have another shout out to all of our sponsors. Couldn't run this competition without them. So thanks to the following for your ongoing sponsorship of Tasmanian Rugby: Canterbury, Macron, Hobart Knee Centre, Tasmanian Safer Solar, One Pack and Tazile Trading, Cables Plus, Australian Longline, Tassau, Cripps, Newbake and Tas Networks, who sponsor our women's competition. Got some space out wide here, Launceston. Bit of a casual pass out there, finds Vonna Yao Yao. And Launceston looking to get out of their defensive end. Lake can't take it. Just claps his hands and gives up on it, and then Taroona get the ball. So they've got an advantage here. Ball comes out. Lagrange goes really wide to Kazarine.
Good option.
Good option, kicks in. It's going to go nearly dead though, and grounded. We'll have a line drop out.
I think that's one of the, you're talking about that the fullbacks often quite deep. The winger either pushes up or they're really deep, and that little option around the back is not a bad choice. And then they get the ball back anyway, so they can have another crack at it.
Yeah, that was a good option. Just not a long kick. Just overcooked it probably a tiny bit, but worked out all right. Kazarine nearly takes Salter's head off. Looking for some room out wide.
Good ball.
Lovell, hard to take down here, but really well tackled by Lake. Taroona now shift it back to centre field. Salter gets in quickly, but just waits for his forwards to create another pod over on the left-hand side. I think it looked like Tuivasa copped a boot to the face there, and that ball's been stolen. The inside ball well read, and Peters is away.
There he goes.
And he's got so much pace. Chaperon Tucker does too. He may have him covered. He does have him covered. TJ goes with a weird behind pass and loses it forward. So great run down there by Chaperon Tucker. Don't often see TJ run down.
Yeah, I think it was a forward pass. Taroona got that turnover then, and I think that might have thrown it forward.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, they've gone back for the original knock on by TJ. Sorry,
yeah,
my bad.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know. He threw it back. Did it come off Chaperon Tucker's hand and then off TJ's shoulder? Just watching that again. Yeah. TJ certainly, he's pulled up a little bit from that. He's not, look at him. He's not coming back quickly to get involved there. I'm glad we've got the screen here to be able to watch this, because it's very hard to see. It's not so easy to pick up on the stream how dark it is, but it is dark, and the light out here is not amazing. So yeah,
as I said, the starting to get dark, dual starts to fall. We'll see if that changes the game. Look, playing that dry weather game is fine. It's obviously not wet weather, but just a little bit of slip on the ball can make a difference, and we'll see how both teams seem to combat that change in condition.
That's right. It's going to be a battle of that's right. The battle is going to be in who can deal with the changing conditions, and they don't play a lot of rugby, if at all, in this this kind of thing. So. Yeah, that's right. He's a long way back. Great scrum, but Taroona have got it out, but the penalties come. So great scrum there from Launceston. In the commentary box here, we're just having a look at the Launceston fullback. So Jalame Druava at that scrum was standing on his own 22. He was 60 metres away, and it was his own team scrum. So obviously not paying attention because his own team had the ball. But he's been playing very, very deep. And as you were saying before, Sean, those shorter kicks are going to potentially be rewarding for Taroona. And that scrum penalty has led to a shot at goal. So Peters will have a crack from here. He's 2 out of 3 so far from his conversions. And he's a reliable shot. I'd back him in from here. Okay, off the post. Well taken there by Lagrange. And support gets and helps him. Salter thinks quickly, but he's kicked it down the throat of Vonna Yao Yao. And Launceston now looking to go wide. Lombard. Just running dead across field there, though. So Peters not really with a lot of space. Knock on, we're going to call that one. Might have gone backwards on my angle, but it's a bit hard to see across the field in the lack of light. And good pressure from the defenders coming up from Taroona.
Yeah, you see Ed kicked that one from the base. That's what he does well. He often takes those options and kicks him really well. Didn't find touch, but I think the Taroona defence pushed up nice and hard. They had a really strong line, and as Launceston shifted that ball sideways, they had nowhere to go because the defence pushed up in a real good, solid line.
Yeah, and one of the advantages of kicking from the base there is your entire back line's already on side. It's not kicked by someone really deep who then has to run everyone on side. So instantly that Taroona's line were able to advance and get up there and create a bit of pressure. And I think over that side, Launceston was just a little bit slow to get back, and the fact that Lombard was running straight across field just made it difficult for those outside in. Pass not so great there. Lagrange, he finds the grass. He's gone out on the full though.
Unforced error.
Yeah, unusual. The kick was good. He needed to be deep, and it was certainly deep enough, but he's overcooked it. And that gives Bell the chance to throw the ball into his team in the line out. They go quickly. And just slow defence not coming up very quickly there. Offside too by the look of it. And Launceston now with a chance out wide. Slipping. It's a bit slippery or not. Certainly we're 4 games down here today as well, so the ground's going to be churned. It'll be not so easy for these guys. Probably crawling there, so we're going to come back.
It was back from the line-outs. I think the line-out, I don't think Taroona was set and ready, that line-outs, and they had players inside the 10.
Yep. Great advantage for that quick line-out throw, even at the set line-out. And they don't want the points this time.
Kick.
Interesting in that situation. They took points from a harder kick before and missed, and then right in front didn't choose to take them. Must be confident here in the line out.
Yeah, I think it also, from a captain's point of view, often look at momentum. I think that they ran hard, they pushed up. Yes, Taroona pushed up really hard in defence, but I think Launceston have got a bit of momentum coming down here now. Maybe they thought, what, let's rather go for the 7 instead of 3. We think we can do it.
Yeah, and they're looking good. They're now 5 out, so a good line out with a nice drive. Didn't get very far with the maul, but made a few metres. Now they're going to come out wide. Lombard gives it back inside. Defenders waiting. Solid hit. Crowd outside seemed to like it. Didn't look that great for me. They probably can't see. They're just guessing. Ball comes again. Peters wide with the cut behind. Vonna Yao Yao tries to get through. He does. And dishes off. Finds his teammate. He's almost standing flat-footed. Saw that there was an opportunity. And Francis goes in for his second.
I'm sure we'll get a replay. Oh, yeah, here comes replay now. But it looks like the initial ball just squared up 2 defenders, and then the offload.
Yeah, the offload. Have a look, defenders here, not watching. Bang. All these sort of Taroona defenders on the inside weren't getting across quickly enough, and he just read that beautifully. Tackle looked all right, but it was just enough. He just had his hands free to dish that off. That was great play.
Well, there we go. That's some momentum. The payoff goes from the corner.
Yeah. So Launceston now push out 7 points plus the conversion to come. And there it is.
Take that all the way back. I know it's a few minutes ago, but we had the unforced error, the kick out on the full, which led to a line-out, which led to a penalty, which led to the kick to the corner. So I think those unforced errors for Taroona, if they can try and keep those down to minimum and be a bit more accurate in the way they execute. Like, they're playing good rugby, they got good good space, good shape, but being really accurate on their play and cutting down those unforced errors.
So a lot of those, they're concentration things. It's not, you know, it's not players incapable. It's not being, they're not forced. It's just not thinking. Offside, and offside here. Problem there. Oh, here we go. Shapper and Tucker with the intercept, and he'll score. Peters won't get him. Shocker of a kick there from Launceston.
Talk about unforced errors. Wow. Well, I guess both teams need to concentrate on the unforced errors at the moment, I suppose.
That's right, and that, you know, that was, you watch. That's just playing. That's a little bit overconfidence here. He's just being a little bit cheeky. Oh, let's do a little chip kick when I'm under no pressure, and I kicked it straight to the opposition, and he's probably the fastest player on the field, and you know, he can lay the claim to I ran down TJ Peters. So that was a nice and against the momentum, that one, you know. Scored a Taroona just to keep them in touch. Tasmanian would love to get these 2 points and make it back to 2. Hard kicking in the dark. And he's missed it, so still 4 points. Launceston, just that little secure lead. 4's nice. It's not a penalty, so the team can't come from behind with a penalty goal. But plenty of time left. Still got a good 27, 28 minutes on the clock, so all can happen. But a close one. It's great to have a close game of rugby.
Always, always good. Much rather watch a close game than watch 50, 50-point difference and 10 tries being scored.
Yeah. All right, kick straight down the middle. Finds Lagrange. Good tackle. Just takes him to ground, and Solder is going to look for Kazarine. He'll go wide. They've lost 20 metres on that, but Lovell loves a bit of space. One of the hardest players to tackle in Tassie rugby, if he's got some room. Probably they didn't make anything though in terms of territory from the long pass back there. Lagrange now goes wide. Hayashi kicks, taken down well after the kick, I would have thought, but kick stays in. Getting close. And the defence is there. Peters has lost it, I think. Not sure what's happened there. No, we're playing on. And they might hold this up here. Launceston will get it out. Don't know what happened in there. There was a bit of mess. Good run there from Bell. Solid defence from Taroona. Lombard dummies, and he's through. And he's got TJ on his left. Defence needs to get him. He just ran away from his support there. He had a couple of players on his left, and he ran wide. But there's numbers out there. I don't know if that was that backwards? It was a backwards pass. Yep, good pass. And ball's loose. Good support play out there by Launceston. Taroona need to step up there in defence. There's some great line breaks. Launceston finding them. It's backwards. Interesting there. Lake just ran behind his own player. TJ's dropped it again. The dew may be playing a part out here. Ball getting slippery. Okay, Peters coming in on the 10-metre inside Taroona's half. Another good run there from Jamie Walters. Double try scorer. Francis has lost it. And Taroona will get it back. Kazarine off that left foot, kicks it down.
Great kick.
Going to find touch. It's still in. Flags up. Is that a 50-22? I think it might be. If that's in...
Maybe just outside the 20. I can't see from here. It looks like it might be just outside the 22.
No, easily a 50-22. Oh, no, I'm thinking the yellow pole's marking the edge. No, there must be outside. No, he's inside it. Don't know what we're waiting for. Is there a sub?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you can see Craig Gardner standing just outside the 22. Yeah. Looking for some space. 2 tacklers. Ball goes deep. Lombard kicks for touch, finds it. It's a nice clearing kick there just to relieve the pressure. It was a great kick from Kazarine. The kicking game may well come into play now. If it's getting a bit slippery, we've seen a few juggled balls out there. Uncharacteristic drop balls by Peters on a number of occasions, so it might just be getting slippery.
The other thing is Taroona have got, they got 3 genuine kicking options. They got a left foot, they got 2 right foot kickers. You can kick from the base, you can kick from 12. They got a lot of options there, which is good.
Correct. Yeah. Throw over the top there, sits up for Taroona. And the support gets there. Number 22, Regan Vick, has come onto the field. I'd say replacing Lagrange would be my guess. Probably come into 12. He might come into, I'd say he'll come into 12. If that's the case. Kazarine flops one out there. Vick manages to collect it on the bounce. The clean out gives Taroona another go. Wide ball, quick hands out there. And Chaperone Tucker with a little chip, kicks it straight to Peters. Has read that play beautifully, knew exactly what was going on there. And he will kick. Not out, was the call. Hayashi goes wide. Kazarine, I'd like to see him running with the ball in hand. Vic kicks it down the middle. It's going to too much on it. And we'll come back. Not a great kick there. Just needed to angle that one across the field and look for the corner. Launceston 26, Taroona 22. And we have a scrum to the Tigers. Tom Scarf on the field there, giving Ed Solder a high five. It was a late addition, Tom Scarf. All right, Peters with the put in. It's nice to see the ball over this side of the field for a little while. Launceston scrum has had a bit more dominance this half, I feel. They've certainly got the drive on and get that ball out to Lombard.
Just looking at their setup of Launceston, looks like they were going to run it, and they have.
Yeah, gone wide, but a little bit of disarray out there. Vic knocked that on, I think, and we're probably looking at just got it away. We've got a whistle on that one. First knock on. There was a knock on by Taroona earlier. Bet Aaron Lovell there chasing TJ was glad that happened, because I don't think he was going to catch him. So we're coming back for a scrum. Taroona scrum? Yeah, yes. Solder has the ball in his hands. I thought there was a knock-on signalled just that phase before the ball came out. Maybe the advantage was over because of the line break that was made originally. Taroona will need to settle in this scrum and get it out quickly. Launceston are really looking to dominate here. And the ball's out. Well done. Taken high above his head by Kazarine, who goes wide, finds Blowfield. He's got a bit of space. They hold off him, and the cavalry arrives.
There's on it.
Stolen too. messy scarf now. And he's ducked back around behind Callum Lyle, I think. So lucky break there for Taroona to have a scrum in this great attacking position. It's not like it was a forced error. There was not a lot of pressure there, but the ball's just bobbling around.
Yeah, that wide ball that Kazarine threw there, like I thought he ran a great line, and he probably, maybe he could have gone a bit more on his own. He threw that long wide ball and just allowed Launceston to just drift over, and they had 3 or 4 defenders, which didn't help Taroona, because all of a sudden they got one person with the ball and no one to clean.
He's got actually a really good pace. He's actually very fast, Kazarine.
Yep.
Just watching him run. He played fullback a few times this year, and it was just so good seeing him inject himself into the line, because he's very fast.
He is.
And I think it's a really great place for him, but he's obviously needed in that fly half position. Taroona now 10 metres out. Not really getting anywhere off the back of that drive. It's an advantage, though. I'd like to come away with some points here. Obviously 5 or 7 would be the best option. It's very likely with this man with the ball in his hands, but great defence. Ball done by Scarf. And they're only a metre out here. Salter looking for the dummy again. Goes out, finds Thomas. Short. Again, low drive. Oh, thanks. Kazarine gets it out. Bird's got some space. He looks for Shapper and Tucker, and he gets over. They'd love to have a good shot here. And Taroona. 3 tries for George Shapper and Tucker out on that left wing for Taroona, and the Penguins hit the front. What a seesaw we're on.
Yeah, Launceston looks quite condensed in that defensive line there, and just using the space and the width out there. I mean, obviously, good to see them use their hands and get it out there. But yeah, George is having a good crack on the wing, and he's got good pace. Not scared to run the ball, not scared to have a crack at people.
It was smart work by Bird there. You can see he had the line in front of him. He could probably have straightened up and scored, but he knew that that Shapper and Tucker was out there with the pace that he's got. And it was just a good sympathetic pass, put it out in front of him. And can't believe it, leads changed again. Must be 5 times. Change in kicker there too, and that's good. Hayashi, I think, actually took that kick. There he is on the screen. He's taken over the kicking a few times this year when Noah's sort of just lacking a little bit of confidence and had the yips. Interesting. Kazarine hasn't. I don't think he's converted any yet, has he?
One. It's not a bad option. When you got an option for another kicker, when you got a fly half that's trying to organise the game and run things and do a lot, it's good just to give them one less thing to have to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's on that right-hand side, I think. Just a bit easier for the right-footed kicker on the left-hand side of the field. A few more subs there for Taroona. And we've gone out on the full again. It's the cold air temperature, is it? These changed conditions, I guess. We're looking at, things are a little different. 29-26, Taroona. They haven't beaten Launceston. They've been undefeated all year. This is the closest anyone's come. How will it turn out? 15 minutes on the clock. Scarf. You can see a few players out there for Taroona. Hutley, Savoury, and a great run. Lake takes a solid hit, and then Lombard, he's fishing, he wants the ball. Thomas there, slow to get up. And Lyle comes in. Peters goes right, nothing on, goes left. Walters eventually taken down. Wide pass, finds Dorr. Vic, head contact, I think, there. And we've got an advantage to Launceston. Penalty advantage, 3 points could square it up. Lombard breaks the first tackle. Eventually taken back. Walters again, he's had the ball a lot. They're using him, he's doing a good job getting there, just making the gain line, getting his team moving forward. Good tackle from Kazarine there on the stepping player. And we're going to come back, see, will we kick for touch or are we going to square it up? How good would it be to go into the last 10 minutes, 29 all?
Kick for touch, I reckon.
Yep, they do. Good positive rugby, I like it. All right. Maul. Still got it here, close. Walters, 2 metres short. Ball's up in the hands, and they're over, and they've scored it. I think, is it Bell? No. Couldn't see who it is, but Launceston take the lead back, and we lean the other way. I thought it might have been Bell. So the ball comes down here with Walters. Who's at the back there? Is it Is it Callum Lyle in number 5? I think it's Callum Lyle. There he is, yeah, 5, Callum Lyle. He's played well tonight. He's one of those very reliable, consistent players. And, you know, for your second rower, he's there playing 80 minutes of rugby week in, week out. And you can rely on him there because he's put his team back in front. And on that angle, you'd think that Peters has got this one covered. Yep, just swings it back, curves it around. 4 points in it again. At least 12 minutes left, I'd say, to play. Again, not a lot of stoppages. Salter with the kick.
Good kick.
Yeah, and one back. Savoury takes it from the hands of, who's that? Aaron Lovell. And now he's got the ball. Dishes it out. Chaperon Tucker juggles at that time. Just snatched at it. Had his eyes up that time. It was a good pass. He had a little bit of space. I think he was running into that space before he'd caught the ball, though. And Launceston will have a scrum after some subs.
Interesting to see what Launceston do. Obviously, they got some subs coming through. Their scrum has dominated a fair bit over the last few scrums. I reckon all that defence from Taroona has probably tired them out a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if they keep that ball in there and play for the penalty, or they have a crack. I can see their back line look like they're getting ready to run. I reckon they potentially might have a crack here.
I think those 2 players that just came on also went into the back line as well, so it'll be fresh. I think coming into 12 and maybe fullback as well. So Druava probably off and Tiopu off by the look of it. Still got Vonnie Yao out there and Francis. Good scrum. Lombard gives it to Francis. Scored a couple already. And then they go quickly. Bird hangs off. Nice tackle from Blowfield. Bird's onto it. Well done Vonnie Yao Yao with the clean out. Lombard comes into half, dishes it out and finds Door. And another knock on there. So Lake, it's a couple of times now. He's just left the ball behind. And a let off. Just, yeah, see, he looks up, sees the defence. Good pressure from the defence. See Vic there in the red, white and blue headgear. Just getting off that line quickly. And a sub. Looks like we'll probably have a front row here. Afeaki Wardrop coming off again after having a rest earlier. Kent Williams come into front row. And Taroona with a couple of changes there. 4 points in it. So probably just under 10 minutes to go now.
I think Noah might kick a left foot down into the bottom left-hand corner here.
Good option. Great scrum. Wow.
There we go.
Peters with the left foot downfield. Blowfield's going to get back to it. Oh dear, oh dear. I don't know if that was a knock on. I don't think he scored that try. Oh, the referee said he has. I thought he was saying time. I don't know what happened with Blowfield there. He misjudged it.
I think he's waiting for it to come over the try line so he can actually dot it down, and as opposed to take it over the try line.
Great scrum.
Great scrum. Just saying, our
kick was good.
Launceston scrum was dominated. That's your tight head turnover straight there.
Ball bounces up there. Should have caught it, and he went to get around it. And a great chase down there from Vonnie Yao Yao. Not the outcome that Taroona would have liked there, but a great kick from TJ Peters. That's the weighting of the kick. We think back here, Vic's kicked one through that's gone dead. Needed to stay back a little bit. In that case, there's the difference. Peters kicks that ball. It's weighted perfectly. Probably wasn't even going to go into the dead ball. And a great chase sees points on the board for Launceston. Oh, look at the curve on that. Started out right. Big swing.
He sits back on that kick quite a lot. You watch how he sits back on that back hip.
Yeah. But he knows it's got the curve on it. That swing. Oh, it didn't go 10. So the last few minutes, wheels falling off a little bit for Taroona. 11 points now behind. They're going to need to dig deep here in this last 7 or 8 minutes if they're able to close that gap.
Launceston loaded up to the left-hand side, yeah. Maybe they trying to pull the defenders over and TJ goes blind. Got no doubt they're going to run it. I mean, maybe it's my South African talking, yeah, but you could get a penalty from the scrum if you wanted one.
That's right.
There it is.
Yeah, taken from the back. TJ straightens up, doesn't get through. But they recover it. And now Scarf, just run through the middle. Tackles drop off. And the ball's out in front of Lombard. He straightens up, gets missed, and missed again. Hayashi finally gets to him, and I think we've got a penalty there. Well done by Aaron Lovell coming in on top of that, but a great run by Lombard. Just elusive.
Yeah, it was a great run, but unfortunately the more he stayed on his feet, the more he actually isolated himself.
Yeah, that's right. And again, ran away from his support Taroona now thinking, okay, we've got to run this out of here. Salter, he'll kick it, goes on the left. And misses the tackle. Launceston now running it back. Peters pushes it out. Lombard goes the roost. Who's got their eyes on it?
Good take.
Hayashi, well done. It's just hard in the light. Must have been a, yeah, didn't catch that, but a little knock on. Must have been as he hit the ground. Oh. Here's the kick. It's a good kick in these conditions. Just to put the pressure on. Really well taken. Oh, yeah, there it is. Pops out.
Makes it difficult for Taroona to defend you. You know, when you're going backwards in your scrum, everyone's got to lock in really tight and hard. And your breakaways, your 8, you've all got to be in there. Otherwise, you're in a bit of trouble, which obviously opens up for your attackers to use that space around the edges.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, they go to the right. Lombard's around there again. Pushes it off. Intercepted. Off the knock-on. I didn't even see what happened with the ball. Pops out. Vic takes it. Oh, and then it's... I don't know, still didn't see it. I looked twice. Thank you. We'll have another go. Where's the ball? Here's the ball. Oh, yeah, just dropped straight back by Vic.
Slippery.
Went along the ground.
I think Taroona got many options. Yeah, they're going to have a crack from deep in their own half and really, I mean, they have worked really hard at getting that ball wide. They found some space out there. If they can use Hayashi out around the back. Ooh.
Straight. Oh, interesting. Might have a call on that other side, and
that's a chat.
Yeah. Lovell hits the line. Needs to maintain possession. They're slow to get onto him there. Scarf nearly had it. Salter digs in. Hutley with a run. Launceston just easily there with these slow ball, standing off, not committing anyone to that breakdown, making sure the defence, not a release there. Hayashi, great step off the left. Good defence, but he slips it. Not held. Now he's taken to ground by Peters. And Taroona through Thomas. Cross inside Launceston's 22. Just a slightly wider line here. Good hit by Lake. Defence is up quick. They swing it out. Bird steps inside. Has he got support? Can't free up that left hand for the pass, but takes it to ground. Taroona come in with support. Tuivasa. Taken to ground. Again, Launceston just back off. Bird now coming in, approaching the 5 metre line. The patience is good here by the Blues.
Yeah, good phases, good continuity.
And there's not a lot of pressure from Launceston at that breakdown, which is making that easy. They're slowly making ground though. Tuivasa, close. Hutley, oh, he's bumbled it. We got a penalty. Just didn't quite grab hold of that and put it down as he was looking for the pass behind him. It was a good play. Hutley did a great job here to get his back to the defence so he could get that pass away, but just lost it. Ball's
Another
available. Penalty. And they go the other way. Who's out there? Chaperone Tucker with 4. And we're back to 6 points.
Definitely found a lot of space out wide tonight, Taroona. Again, using that width and the condensed defence of Launceston has allowed them to use that space. You know, again, you got Bird just drawing past, confident with his, you know, with his player outside to use his pace to get over the line.
Yeah, they've worked well together out there. Like, just Bird making sensible decisions. So easy to get that white line fever in those situations. You know it's there. You know you've probably only just got to be inside that one defender, but to be able to dish it. Oh, and it's good. Back to 4. Inside a try. How good's the kicking of Hayashi out there?
Yeah, talking about Bird, I think that's just mature rugby. You know, sometimes when you're younger, you want to take those on yourself, and you've got a bit of maturity in your game, and you've got a few years under your belt. You make good decisions.
So we're going to have the kickoff. I dare say there's not a lot of time left after this. High scoring game coming down to the final minutes. Kick, Savory's lost it.
That's it.
And we've still got time on the clock with this dominant Launceston scrum. They'll all be saying, how long left, how long left? Launceston scrum's just been all over Taroona. It was actually when that change of hooker came. Okay, ball's out. They're going wide. I'd say time's not out, and Lombard just waltzes past Kazarine. Eventually gets taken down by Lovell. And they're looking for one more. Are the Tigers not content? And here comes the time as he made touch. And that's it, and the Tigers, 4 in a row. Taroona, bridesmaids, unfortunately, for 4 in a row as well. And that's a great win, close win. I'm not sure that it was expected to be so close. I think based on form, Taroona have really stepped up tonight, had a really good crack. But in some ways, probably themselves to blame. Yeah. Some unforced errors really kept Launceston in it. Yeah, I'm sure the players will be devastated at some of those, but a great win by the Tigers.
Yeah, it was a good tussle. You know, it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth the whole game, but I definitely think, you know, a few of those unforced errors really shifted that momentum down towards Launceston. Launceston making good decisions, you know, decided to go for the line and back themselves to get the points instead of just taking 3, which were, you know, in hindsight. Paid it off and got them the win. It was only 4 points in it.
Yep, so great, another great slug out between these two. But yeah, the end result there is 4 in a row for Launceston. Congratulations there, drive home. I'm sure will be entertaining late this evening as we finish up in the dark. Thanks so much again, Sean. It's been a pleasure sharing the box with you. Nice to be in a van and not a tent.
Brilliant, thank you. No, it's been really good to be up. Really enjoyed it.
And footage will continue while we have our presentations shortly, but we're going to go quiet and enjoy watching and the rest of the festivities here. But thanks all for watching. Great season of Tasmanian rugby done and dusted. Stay tuned though. We've got a visiting Victoria country team coming to Tasmania in a couple of weeks. I think that's the 20th. There'll be a live stream of that, I'm fairly sure. Tasmania versus Victoria country, so keep your eyes peeled on the socials to be able to see when that's happening. But other than that, it's all out from here. Deon Scanlon signing off. One last time, au revoir.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can I get both teams over to the presentation area, please? We'll get the presentation done and you guys can get to celebrating. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our final presentation of the night, and what an absolute cracking game of football we have just watched. Congratulations to the Launceston team, 4 in a row. Congratulations to Taroona. What an amazing game. You should be really proud of yourselves after that. As I say, this is our 5th presentation. It's been a long day, but I hope everyone agrees it's been a really good day. First, I'd like to introduce presenting our medals is Life Member Mark Oakford. As always, we will call up the match officials for their medallions first. Okay, heading to our most valuable player, and this was a really difficult decision. At certain points for the night, I was given various names. Receiving the MVP medallion and match ball, Kyle Lombard. As I say, it's absolutely unfortunate that we have to have someone not take home a prize after that game. I'm going to call up the captain of the Taroona team to say a few words before we get to the winning medallions.
Well done, boys. We knew that this week was going to be real tough, and that proved it. Knew it was going to be about small moments in the game, and it did come down to those little moments. Few fell our way this year, which was nice, but few fell your way as well, and you boys deserve it. Sam and your team, really well done. I think it was really well done. Really well refed. Everyone come and watched and supported both teams as well. Thank you. And our boys, super proud. From where we are now, from where we were at the start of the year, there's massive change. And I think we're only going to get better as a team moving forward. Well done, guys. Congratulations, Donnie.
And now we'll call up the captain of the winning team to say a few words.
Firstly, just want to, thank Taroona for, an awesome game. I think everyone that's stayed around all day can agree that, you guys put a bloody big fight on today. Best final we've had. It's can't imagine it's easy how you boys are feeling at the moment, but like Noah said, compared to where you were at the start of the season, hats off to you guys. Bloody awesome game. And always a pleasure to play against you guys. So still enjoy, celebrate the season. I know for some of us we still get the opportunity to play together. So it's an honour to play against you boys, but also to play with you boys. So thank you for today. And Noz, you said it really well. Sam, you and your team thought you controlled the game really well. It's not easy when you're towards the end of the game, you've got 30 guys telling you what to do, and you managed it really well. So thank you guys. Without you guys, we can't play the game. Thank you. And then, to everyone that's stuck, all day, it's awesome to play in front of a crowd. So thank you guys. You gave us an awesome atmosphere. So thank you very much. Then last year to our boys. 5 years ago when I started at the club, I heard about, where we were, to come from a point where the club nearly had to fold to where we are now, 4 finals, 5 finals in a row, 4 wins. It's been a phenomenal honour to play with you boys. I know for some of us, myself included, this is my last game in Tassie, and to play a game like that with you boys, it's an absolute honour. Our second home, it's awesome to play like that with you boys. Let's celebrate tonight. Let's make the most of it. Next year's going to be a whole new year. But man, 4 in a row. Couldn't have asked a better team, a better group of brothers to do this with. So thank you boys very much. I'll do my best to remember. I'll just start as we see. So Nathan Fui, come up. Geordie, Vinny, Simeone, Alex, Jamie, Jake, Ray, Seal, Harrison, Sexy Lexi, I'll go Marika. Grizz. Scarfy. Dudders. Dars. Shawnee. Nettie. Vita. And then one of the leaders in our team, great brother, Dorsey. Player of the day, fellow brother. Lots of love for you, Kyle. And then vice captain, awesome friend, Carlisle. I don't know how many medals you have left. I can take one myself, I think.
You want to call up coaches as well?
Look, assistant coach today, Nico, come on up, mate. Just show your face. Manager, Reed. I'll call up our boy, he played all the season with us. Managed to break his finger, played a game with a broken finger. Satya, come up, brother. Oh, Kyle's, yeah. And then I think we can all agree, super coach, superhuman, rugby daddy, honorary Jai Maluga.
Guys, I'm going to ask you to go that way, because the TV camera loves you. Smile for the sponsors, boys. Absolute pleasure to present to the coach and to the captain the Premiership trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Premiers. Okay, that does conclude our presentations and our grand final day. We hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much to all our supporters, and on behalf of Rugby Tasmania, thank you for being part of today's grand finals. We look forward to seeing you all again in 2026. Thank you. Tigers on 3, 1, 2, 3, Tigers!
Yes, definitely. You can see, I can see Lombard out there waving for some help in the defensive line.
Take it back up.
Game plan is maybe not to play so close to the ruck. I'm not sure Chaperon Tucker gets back. Oh, what a kick. And here we go. So second try of the day comes through Salicio Naisarabatua. And that was a cracker of a kick. Peters with the kick. And conversion is good. So Naisarabatua with the first try for Launceston. Peters with the conversion, and oh, ball comes back in, and Chaperon Tucker gets it, and through we go, and Taroona put on some points.
Yeah, Ed Salzer just had a little bit of a scoot around the edge there, and I think him just scooting just held those defenders up. And then the ball out the back door obviously allowed that, allowed them to get on the outside.
Yep. Shout out Mitchell Eddington. Thank you, mate. Good pickup. We just had our score wrong. So we're now... Launceston's backline defence has been pretty good, but how well they work together will be interesting. Little switch. Hayashi just gets through the first tackle, but can't make it through the next. Salter sees the gap and he's over, and Taroona with a third try. Launceston looking a little shell-shocked here. Big gap there for Salter, and another try to the Blue. Now Lyle, gets through. Gets past the tackle of Harrison and makes another 8 or 9 metres. Now they've got numbers out on the right. Lombard gets through, goes through 2 tackles. Taroona give up on him a little bit and give him 5 metres inside, but a great run there from Lombard.
He just made that look easy.
He does.
He's a big man, but he turned the pace on, didn't he?
Absolutely. He's, running it at a cross-field angle. Defence has been pretty good so far. Walters shakes off. No, almost shakes off the first one. Peters looks wide, finds inside Bell, and they're close. Very close. Launceston now. Peters looks wide. Another good tackle. Ball flicked out. There's room out here. This time we find Nettie Francis, and Launceston hit back and level the scores with a kick to come. Some frantic defence there from Taroona, really put the pressure on, but Launceston. And the kick is good. Another lead change. Well, Taroona will have a scrum with a few minutes on the clock. So you see Smith there just makes that tackle. He managed to get back on side, I suspect, and then put the pressure on. I think it looked like Tuivasa copped a boot to the face there, and that ball's been stolen. The inside ball well read, and Peters is away.
There he goes.
And he's got so much pace. Chaperone Tucker does too. He may have him covered. He does have him covered. TJ goes with a weird behind pass and loses it forward. So a great run down there by Chaperone Tucker. Don't often see TJ run down. Now they're going to come out wide. Lombard gives it back inside. Defenders waiting. Solid hit. Crowd outside seemed to like it. Didn't look that great for me. They probably can't see. They're just guessing. Ball comes again. Peters wide with the cut behind. Vonna Yao Yao tries to get through. He does. And dishes off. Finds his teammate. Was almost standing flat-footed. Saw that there was an opportunity. It's not, it's not players incapable. It's not being. They're not forced. It's just not thinking. Offside, and offside here. Problem there. Oh, here we go. Chaperone Tucker with the intercept, and he'll score. Peters won't get him. Shocker of a kick there from Launceston.
Talk about unforced errors. Wow. Well, I guess both teams need to concentrate on the unforced errors at the moment, I suppose.
Well done by Scarf. And they're only a metre out here. Salter looking for the dummy again. Goes out, finds Thomas. Short. Again, low drive. Oh, thanks. Kazarine gets it out. Bird's got some space. He looks for Chaperone Tucker, and he gets over. They'd love to have a good shot here. And Taroona. 3 tries for George Chaperone Tucker out on that left wing for Taroona. And the Penguins, Hayashi, I think, actually took that kick. There he is on the screen. They've all right. Maul. Still got it here close. Walters, 2 metres short. Ball's up in the hands, and they're over, and they've scored it. I think, is it Bell? No. Couldn't see who it is, but Launceston take the lead back, and we lean the other way. I thought it might have been Bell. So the ball comes down here with Walters. On that angle, you'd think that Peters has got this one covered. Yep, just swings it back, curves it around. 4 points in it again. 4 points in it. So probably just under 10 minutes to go now.
I think Noah might kick a left foot down into the bottom left-hand corner here.
Good option. Great scrum. Wow.
There we go.
Peters with the left foot downfield. Blowfield's going to get back to it. Oh dear, oh dear. I don't know if that was a knock on. I don't think he scored that try. Oh, the referee said he has. I thought he was saying time. Oh, look at the curve on that. Started out right. Big swing as he was looking for the pass behind him. It was a good play. Hutley did a great job here to get his back to the defence so he could get that pass away, but just lost it. Ball's available. And they go the other way. Who's out there? Chaperone Tucker with 4. And we're back to 6 points.
Definitely found a lot of space out.
You've probably only just got to be inside that one defender, but to be able to dish it. Oh, and it's good. Back to 4. Inside a try. How good's the kicking of Hayashi out there? I'd say time's not out, and Lombard just waltzes past Kazarine. Eventually gets taken down by Lovell. And they're looking for one more. Are the Tigers not content? And here comes the time as he made touch. And that's it, and the Tigers, 4 in a row. Taroona, bridesmaids, unfortunately, for 4 in a row as well. And that's a great win, close win. I'm not sure that it was expected to be so close. I think based on form, Taroona have really stepped up tonight, had a really good crack.